It's coffee talk with ADIKA. Nothing rhymes with that but chicken tikka. We name drop here with Stefan, Mike, and whoever.
Ladies and all you YouTube subscribers, Mr. Stefan ADIKA, right there somewhere. There he is.
Mike, I'm here. How are you doing, Mike?
I'm good. I didn't hear anything that you said. I didn't hear who our guest was when you did it. This stream feed thing is crazy.
Yeah.
That's why we got to get to 1,000 subscribers so we can start getting some production money in via YouTube, right?
I think you're right, Mike. I think you're totally right. You know what? I'm having a hard time today with my production, and I have no sound in my headphones. Now I do have sound. I hope everybody can hear me. Can you see the comments, Mike? We got to work together as a team.
I can see him. But one thing I did hear is that great opening track for the show that our friend Mark Danzeisen from Danzeisen Drums made for us.
Oh, that's odd. Oh, I want to see that. Is that switch? I want one. Hold on.
You want one of these?
Yes, I would love one. Let me see the logo on that. Ah, that's awesome.
Mark makes drums too. Mark does everything. Mark's a great singer, great drummer, great songwriter. What do I got a stain there? I got like a stain. Look at this. Wait.
Oh, there's a back to it.
Can you see it? I can't see.
Yeah, yes, I do see it. Made in the USA in Danzeisen.
Well, Mark, it's too early. He's not watching now, but maybe some of the kids will comment or hit him up and ask him about his merch.
I think Mark definitely deserves to be on the show as a guest because he did something beautiful for me. He did a favor. I didn't even ask for it. Mike, tell them the story.
Well, he's always great just even sitting in. I mean, he could be a guest, but Mark has been watching and saw our show and created this really great opening song for our show. But Mark, I know when I met Mark was when Mark was playing with Gilby Clarke, and fast forward, I eventually started playing with Gilby Clarke as well as Stefan did, and everybody. It's very incestuous, as our friend Ryan Roxy from Ryan Roxy's in the Trenches always says. But Mark's super talented.
Don't plug that guy.
Well, he plugs you once in a while. I don't know if he plugs you or he digs at you.
I think he needs hair plugs.
Could be the same. I think he digs and then he fills the hole back.
I think he needs hair plugs. Except you. You got a nice head of hair. You got the nice Italian.
I need about 20 grand worth of work.
You know who you look like? Andy Garcia today.
It's the gray Mark Danzeisen Drums sweatshirt.
You look handsome. Let's see what Oy Vey's doing over here, because I got to give everybody screen time because we got we got sensitive co-hosts here. So hold on a second. Oy Vey, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You sound good. See, I'm doing this as
a
test to test the mic to make sure everybody can hear us. Let's do this really quick, you guys. The most important person on the show or people on the show are you, the fans. And we're going to say good morning and have you say good morning to each other with Michael Oy Vey doing shout outs. So first of all, let's go to the top of the comments. What do we got here, Oy Vey? I'm going to go.
We got Leganata says Wendy. And Danielle Barrett says, hello, all. Wendy Krause says, hey, Nada.
And now, Mike, you could type into the people also help out. We're going to work as a team together. You could type in if you see any comments that we miss.
Wendy says, hey, Danielle and Mia and Kanak, which is Ken.
Come on, say it with inspiration.
June says, did anyone watch Andrew's Kiss movie last night? I really enjoyed it. Yes, I did. It was good.
Well, you're crazy Oy Vey Kiss fan. Tell June and everybody else what you really thought, Michael.
I give it a thumbs up. He did a good job with it. If you're a Kiss fan, you'll love it. If you're not a Kiss fan, you'll enjoy it. It'll make you interested in Kiss. It's a good documentary. It's good. Yeah, it's great.
That's your Siskel Ebert review. You don't have you can't review it a little better than that.
Dude, I said it was excellent. It's like that. As a Kiss fan, and I'm very critical, it was great.
Okay, did it miss anything? Did it skip anything that you felt like?
I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, it skipped mentioning Eric Carr as your friend from New York just fucking shit on his whole movie. I thought Andrew was a great guest yesterday. I did get to see it. I had very spotty internet, but I was able to get it on my phone. I guess I should have just did the show from my phone. But I thought Andrew was great. Andrew's a great kid, and he also said what I wanted to say is when in his band, his Kiss cover band that he was in for a while, he looked like Peter Criss. He was inspired by Eric Singer, so he had the setup like Eric Singer, our friend, and played more like Eric Singer than Peter. He was the perfect thing in that band. But he's super into Kiss, like just like you. And you know what? Because of this show, I'm into Kiss, and I wish I would have never got rid of my original Kiss Army shit when I was, in 1970 whatever back in the day. But I've lost all that stuff. But I'm back in. I'm in. I'm such a Kiss fan because of Michael Levitan.
Yeah,
I got some extra stuff I'll send you.
What's that, Michael?
I told Mike I got some extra stuff I'll send you, man.
Don't tempt me. I got some Tiger Army stuff if you want.
You got to take care of it. Don't eBay it.
Of course not.
You could do some. And for everybody out here, I know. You know what? I'll be coming in and out of the show because I got my daughter and my wife's out of town, and my daughter has a jacket on. She wants to walk the dog. You could take Blue in the backyard, honey.
Blue's going to catch a cold.
He's going to catch a cold. Brooklyn says.
I kind of like this.
Okay. What's that, Mike?
I kind of like that you're going to be in and out of the show. It's not going to be all about you all the time.
No. You know
you're
what?
Going to give our ears a break.
I gotta be honest with you. Melrose Larry Green has a show that about a total of 3 people watch, and it's Corey, his wife, and Melrose. And I went on yesterday, and I was the 4th person. And Melrose is sticking up for Corey. But to be honest with you, Mike, I'm going to be totally honest with you. You don't pick and choose what time you want to come on my show. The show is called Coffee Talk with ADIKA, and if Corey got a problem with it, he can sit backstage and twiddle dee and twiddle dum. I don't give a rat's ass what he does. What do you think, Mike?
I don't know anything about this. What happened? I just
you know. But I'm gonna have the doctor take control for Corey today, and we'll see how. The doctor's here today. The doctor's gonna take care of Corey. We're gonna make it a good show. But remember, you know what? You know, right? Who's your daddy? Come on, Mikey, say it. Oh,
who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy? Huh? I love this guy. Look at Andy Garcia right there. So let's go back to these beautiful comments right here. Come here, quick. Come on. Oy vey, read it out loud. Shout it out loud.
Hello, Wendy says connect. And Wendy Krause says, hey, June. Hey, June. June says, what? You went too fast. Go back.
I know. Well, read fast and stop saying
it. Danielle says, hello, Wendy. June, Mia, and Connect.
I know where you're going with that. Oy vey. We got a little hair plugs, but a little plugs, right? We got Ryan Roxy needs hair plugs, but you know what you need? You need a plug, I think. I think you need a plug. So plug this.
Yeah. I like that logo.
I like it
too. Very sexy.
Pretty good, yeah.
Plug that.
Yeah. Looks good on a hat.
That would
look
great on a shirt.
Yeah.
Great
so
on a shirt.
Oy vey, where can they get that music? Come on, plug your stuff.
You could go to facebook.com/Tame Fury Music and get that, or you can go to iTunes and both records are on there, and you can go to Spotify, and you can also go to Apple Music. You can go to Google Music.
Oh, that's good. I love it. Yeah, nice. Good.
And we're on Uber too.
We're rocking and rolling over here. Let's go some of these comments right here. Come on.
All right, Deborah Moyler says, "Good morning, ADIKA's best."
That's right. Oh, we got over here.
Dave Sturdy says, "Hi all."
Now this guy. Now, hey Dave, good morning to you. You've been writing on Facebook, and he wanted the banners and the pictures. Dave, my apology. I am not the computer guy. I'm really bad at this about making thumbnails, and I read your comments, and you didn't have the right links, but you found us. Dave, I asked you for one favor. Subscribe to the channel if you have not, and if you like it, hit that bell to remind you. And Dave, if you hate it, send it to somebody you don't like, because I'll bug them just as much as I bugged everybody else this morning. But I appreciate you being here. We got Donnie V. He's talented. He's our guest today. But before Donnie V, we are bringing the doctor of love. Let's go over here really quick over here. Oh, the Colonel. Good
Colonel.
morning, Colonel. Devoted fan over here.
I like the Colonel.
What do we got over here? We got
Larry says, Happy DV Day.
and we got the famous Black Dots here.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all well. How's the weather wherever you are?
And Alex has to say this to the Colonel.
Nice to see you, Colonel, and everyone else.
And we got the one and only big fan of Russell Danica and Corey Levitan, Melrose.
Hey, Melrose. Good morning, everyone. Melrose Larry Green.
Melrose, am I treating
What a
everybody?
treat.
Am I treating everybody well, Melrose? Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time to introduce this character right now, right? Because he's special.
Da-da-da.
He's big. He's famous. He comes in when he wants to come in. Ladies and gentlemen, you got him right here. Mr. Corey Levitan is here. Welcome in the house. Corey is in the house, everybody. Quick introduction. How you doing, Corey? How are you doing today? Vacation yesterday? Tell us, Corey.
I thought I was arrested for indecent exposure.
What's going on?
Well, if you can, I mean, I don't mind saying what happened. I
Say it.
That's not what happened. You know, I don't think it's a secret.
I love it.
Oh my God! My fasano!
Oh my God.
You can't even talk over it.
great.
Oh!
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
Okay.
Don't talk over Corey.
No, okay, right. I'm sensitive. No, I just said, why don't I just come in the morning yesterday? Because I don't think it's a secret that I'm not a Kiss fan. I mean,
What?
I was when I was 11, but I just thought it didn't serve the fans to have somebody here who wasn't into the topic. So I said, why not just come in the morning? And Stefan freaked out. He goes, why don't you just not come in?
That was it.
You don't tell me what to put my co-host on. Why don't you just not come in?
Exactly.
Daddy.
That's the dawn.
Way.
That's the dawn.
That was
Yeah.
it. That's all you
That's
did.
it. That's it.
Actually, I handled it wrong, and I'm learning. I should have pretended that I was sick, like I did in school when I had a dick teacher who I couldn't talk sense to. That's what I should have done. I have a real
But Corey-
stuffy nose.
But Corey, here's the deal. There's a lot I don't know about. I'm learning about Kiss. It's helping. I'm a fan now. This show has made me a fan again.
I like
Totally.
the song.
So,
I
but-
like the song "Lick It Up" a lot.
Yeah.
Good album.
Cool. But,
Yeah.
but here's the deal. We need you to be a part of this. We don't need to have 58 guys on the screen at one time, but having you pop in and just sit around, even if it's just to bust your chops, we need that. You know what I mean?
You know, I see the point, and I'm thinking of, you know, when people say, "Oh, it's like the old Howard Stern show," I kind of think, well, what's my place in it? And I kind of think Fred. I'm kind of the Fred guy that everybody makes fun of because he's so weird, but he's smart too. I think that's but Fred didn't say, "I'm not coming in today because I don't like the guests." So I see Stefan's point, but I really didn't want to just bum the show out, especially after Stefan finished criticizing me for not looking happy during Donnie Most, and he isolated a still of me, and I'm like this.
Yeah, but listen, you know, I think it's better with less people on the screen. Having 6 guys, well, I mean, that's giving us screen time, but it should be just the host and the interviewer, and maybe you or me or Michael or whatever. No more than 4 at a time.
Oh, I
Unless
agree.
it's gonna be
Whoever's talking should be on the
prostate
screen
experience,
with it.
Gary.
Yeah, right.
agree.
There shouldn't be people around who
I
are
agree.
just
So now
like
that
this.
we got that, you will never see your dopey looking face on the screen by itself, because when I'm talking to people, whoever it's about, I'm gonna focus. The show is learning. It's getting better and better. But Corey, when the Don speaks, Don is speaking, just shut up. That's just the rule. When unless the hand goes up, the mouth goes shut. That's
Your
it.
show.
That's my show.
Or the snap. Or you get the snap.
Or the snap.
Corey,
That's
Corey,
it.
you have an interesting comment on the screen.
Yeah, let's go to the comment. What is that comment? Where is it?
Al Medina said she would love to have a fight with Corey just so she could look at him being furious.
You know what? I like to bring her up. Maybe next week we do it. And you know what?
Wants to
Let's do
fight
this
you,
for
Corey.
the guests, the people who love the show. You guys want to be on the show? Here's what we're going to do next week. Okay.
Patreon.
Not even a Patreon. Whoever wants to fight and have a dispute with Corey, I will bring one guest on every week. Because we'll probably have to do a whole month, because we're going to find more than 2. There'll probably be 30 at least. And that's right. We're
Call
going
it
to do
scrapping with Corey.
the doctor's there.
And then you bring me in, you know?
Mike, that's not how you bring the doctor in. This is not how I have an intro for the doctor. See?
Okay, but he's here if he wants to fight.
All right.
Like
See? So I'm going to bring everybody in, from Corey's wife to Corey's school teacher to the fans out here. Once a week, we're going to bring somebody in here, go in the ring with Corey for 10 minutes and abuse him. How's that?
Nice.
Right.
Like
Bob
wins it.
Guccione Jr.
Yeah, but here's what I want.
Get in the ring.
To you people out there,
Get in the ring.
you want Corey on the show, you want him off the show. This is what I want to know. Because Corey, if you're going to come on,
I'm like Andy Kaufman.
if you're going to be on the show, Corey, at least fix the bed or have a good excuse. Like, were you banging your wife last night? What's going on with that bed? It's messy.
Damn.
Come on, what went on there, Corey? Tell us.
Oh, it's messy. Oh shit. I don't, she didn't come in this morning.
Is the helmet okay?
The helmet's fine. The helmet. We don't wear the helmets when we sleep. I don't enforce the helmet law in the apartment.
Do you ever get
It's just on the side of the bed in case it starts shaking. Which, by the way, there was an earthquake this morning in Las Vegas.
Noah loves Corey. See, because you know why Noah loves him? You bribe him. You're the only person that watches his show. That's why. Do you ever wear the helmet when you're having sex with the wife? Like, get wild. The kid's sleeping. You like the kid sleeping on the helmet.
No, but
Like
that
Evel
could spice
Knievel.
things up.
Yeah, I think you should do it. Yeah, look, Lynn goes, I'd give Corey a hug. Keep him on. You know, for Lynn, I'd do whatever you want.
I don't need sympathy comments.
Oh, look, Sherry, I love Corey.
Aw.
Everybody, let's love it for Corey, everybody. Come on. Any ladies out there that want to really talk to Corey? Come on. How about this? 18 minutes of my life I'll never get back. Where's Donnie?
I agree. Bring Donnie on.
I know, but Larry, it's not your show. So you know what? Go somewhere else then, and you could wait. I don't give a crap for Larry. That's the honest truth. So hey, you know what? That's it. I don't care. I don't care if every 2 fans that I lose, Corey, I gain 5. That's how I look at it.
Stefan, we had 75 watching, now it's 74, so you must have left.
Good. Let him go. Let him go. Who cares?
Larry, this is what it's like.
You know, the show. I don't care. You know, I'm doing the show for my happiness. And, you know, for you guys, we bust balls, but in the end, we love each other. And if you guys don't know the humor, then go watch somebody learning how to fish on YouTube and be bored watching the trout come out of the water. What can I tell you? But everybody, let's do this. We're going to talk about something perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? Mr. G, how are you? Look at that.
It's good to be here.
Yeah, Flirt Salon, Dr. G, 818-843-9400. Before you go to the doctor and you want to get your behind looked at or your balls looked at, wax them at 818-843-9400. The girls from Flirt Salon, they'll wax you, they'll polish you before you take a visit to the doctor. Dr. Gary Forsman, middlepathmedicine.com. That's right, everybody. Get waxed and go to the doctor. Be clean, be lean, so the doctor can look at your machine. So, doctor, how are you today, my friend?
That's quite the intro there. Thank you.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, you know, doctor, I'm glad. I love having you here. I love having Corey here, and I always look for different things spur of the moment.
I would love to interview the doctor about his thoughts about a possible COVID-19 vaccine and how he would view it if it happens.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm happy to talk about
So
those
he
things
wants
if
to
you
come
want
on the show today and do an interview.
Who?
Is this what you're telling us?
What are you
Now
saying?
you're interested in the show? Corey?
No, this is perfect. So you know what, you guys? I before the doctor came in here, I love it, Mike. Now he's interested, right? I won't do anything with Kiss, but if you bring the doctor on, the guy who I called a prick,
His best friend.
No.
my best friend.
I was doing it out of respect for the fans, not to just be there and never mind.
Oh, Donnie V. Hey, hold on, everybody. Hey, Larry, if you're watching, Donnie V texts me. He's running late let the fans know. So Donnie, if you're bored of the show, go Truman Capote fishing on YouTube somewhere. Google that and come back maybe 15 minutes later. Okay. All right. On that note,
Larry left.
Larry left. Well, I don't know. Like my life is going to really stop right now. I got Dr. G. Dr. G. So really quick, Dr. G. I text the boys, and I actually text you. There's a lot of things to talk to. I'm going to watch paint dry. Someone tell me what he's coming on. That's right. Larry, go back. You know, send Larry a link. I want to see what he looks like. Is that Don? Oh, he's a Donnie Vie fan. Yeah. All right. Hey, Larry, do you have a Donnie Vie doll in your house, or do you call it an action figure? A real man plays a doll or action figure. That's what I want to know. So, hey, really,
I want to know if he's Ernie Kovac's grandson.
Oh yeah, that's a story. So anyway, you could remove that. I don't want to look at Larry's name no more.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right.
So
You got
Dr. G, I text Corey and Michael, and Michael just looks at the pictures. Oy vey. An article I text you about this whole COVID thing. Corey,
Right.
take it over. That article's a little interesting. Let's what the hell are you doing, Mike? This
I
is
got
why,
it. I'm just trying to find where you put shit.
This is why I tell you.
So many files.
This is why I tell you that leave the guy.
He should have his own guest file.
You
He's
should
not just lumped in
you
with
should
everybody.
stick it in your pocket. Then you know what, everybody? There it is. It's like, you know, it's like you know what? You're funny too, Oive, but you know what? Let's get it. You know. So listen, you guys.
Right.
Dr. G's here, Corey's here. That article I sent, Corey. Start with the doctor. Let's see where it goes. You guys going to be friends? You guys going to be enemies after the show? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave you guys alone.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I was just curious as to your take, being somewhat vaccine hesitant. Are we headed in the right direction, looking for a vaccine, and how close? And will it even work if perhaps antibodies are actually not going to confer resistance to this disease, and it mutates wildly?
Exactly. So that's the issue. As most people know, there's been 4 standard coronaviruses that cause colds. There's 2 other of these novel coronaviruses that cause the more severe illnesses, and this is the 7th coronavirus. So let's cover one thing. COVID-19 just has to do with 2019. There are not 18 other coronaviruses that affect humans. I'm talking about. Just trust me, I've heard that one a lot. And so this is the 7th one. But you guys got to understand, and when they're trying to develop a vaccine, first of all, for RNA viruses, it's much more difficult because of this mutation rate and a variety of other factors. And so there is no vaccine against the first 4 coronaviruses. There is no vaccine against the 2 novel coronaviruses because, for whatever reason, and I could get into the technicals, but that's going to bore the audience. But basically, because of the way the spike protein mutates and a variety of other things, when you do the antibody trials in the animals and you create antibodies, for some reason, when they get exposed to the virus, the damage in their lungs is even higher than the rats that do not have the vaccine. Okay, so the question is can we develop a safe vaccine? Most virologists, and I was with somebody the other day who knows some of the virologists at the NIH, etc., say somewhere between 1 to 5% chance of coming up with a healthy vaccine. Okay, a vaccine that works and is safe, because that's the key. When you look at efficacy for a vaccine, there's developing antibodies, but the real goal isn't to develop antibodies, it's to prevent disease, of course, right? And that doesn't always translate. Just like some blood pressure medicines can lower blood pressure, but increase your risk of stroke, clearly we would call that not a good blood pressure medicine.
Antibodies
so
is
that's
just
the
the
issue.
body's response. It's not a guarantee that it'll work.
Correct. Okay, so the first part that everybody has to understand is, would I bank on something that has maybe a 1 to 5% chance of coming out successfully? I obviously wouldn't bank on that, and so because it's just statistically unlikely, since we've never developed a safe vaccine against the coronavirus, why would this one be different? And the answer is probably because there's something like 80 different companies working on it, which of course increases the chances. But because of the way the virus mutates, and again, you get into all the controversies now. Where did this virus come from? Corey, you probably read some of these things. If you read enough about this, you should be confused. Okay, so there's a group out of no, really, it's true. And
I think that there's a good chance that it came out of a Wuhan lab. I don't think it was engineered, but I think it was probably an accident.
Well, the idea is that it was engineered, but its release was an accident. Okay, because most people agree. No, I'm not saying that's true. I'm just saying it's possible.
Yeah.
Okay, you have the guy Luc Montagnier, the guy from the Pasteur Institute. He's on French TV talking about how this virus absolutely has been manipulated, and strands of HIV have been inserted into the coronavirus. Now, he's a really bright guy. He's at the Pasteur Institute, and he's a Nobel Prize winner in, virology. So is he correct? You need confirmation. That's the whole essence of science: is have a theory, test it, and then get reproducibility.
Yeah, there's just
right?
too much that's unknown at this point. Absolutely.
Well, see, exactly. But so where did the virus come from? See, that's the weirdest part of this. Is the group from Cornell says that that the virus has been manipulated, but they say because a novel coronavirus cold strain got in there in a way that can't be. So there's more and more people actually at excellent places, Pasteur Institute, Cornell, they're just saying something's off here. Okay, and they're not going all the way to Montagnier, the guy from the Pasteur Institute, says it's been manipulated, period. Okay, but that goes into when you talk about developing a vaccine. If you don't really know enough about the virus, how can you actually say how good we are going to be developing a vaccine against?
No, that's true. So, but let's say the worst happens and we can't come up with anything. Is herd immunity even going to work if antibodies aren't successful? Are we just going to have this 10 times worse flu strain come around once, twice a year and just kill off 1% of the population each time?
Well, the mutation rate of this coronavirus seems to be half that of the influenza virus. So you're really more talking about a mutation rate where if it changes enough that your immune system won't work again, you're talking about maybe every couple of years, which that's not very good either, but not twice a year,
But the mutation rate isn't great because it's novel. It hasn't had to fight any human responses to it yet.
Well, see, here's the cool thing about it is, they're actually showing that it's being transmitted to cats. Cats are transmitting it to other cats. Whenever you have another species involved, it can mutate within that species and come out in a whole new way, usually in a way that's not good for the next host. Okay, and so, because most mutations actually don't work at all for the virus; they just die. So, it mutates, and none of those mutations do anything. But eventually one hits that makes it either more infective or more, et cetera, et cetera. So it really is I wish nobody was affected by this thing. It really is an interesting virus in terms of how difficult it is going to be to deal with it. But to answer your question, most likely the herd immunity is going to be people becoming infected. Okay. And then the next level of it is, Gary, how do you know that antibody response and things will affect if other mutations occur and some other things? And the answer is we just don't know. Okay, it's just been around for too short a time. Whether it started in November or December in China or whatever else, again, that stuff is being debated. But what
about these other things, these other treatments that they like the Pepsid and the other stuff and the nicotine?
There's just not enough evidence for this thing. I mean, there's, you've been on the website, I've done like 9 or whatever articles on COVID as far as that goes. And the best evidence comes because you look at number one, what is the most prominent epidemiology for having a severe case of this disease, it's being old, right? And so loss of melatonin with age is one of the greatest predictors for all illnesses. And that's in plants or animals because melatonin is the number 1 anti-aging hormone of all time. And so can we help with melatonin levels? Does that at least improve this thing called the inflammasome response? Because people are confused. They actually think that it's a hyperimmune response. It's actually excess inflammation regulation. That's what's the problem. So when you increase melatonin levels, then you can dramatically decrease the severity of the response. Furthermore, vitamin D. Everybody's I've been writing about vitamin D for like decades now. Okay, and vitamin D is part of the gastrointestinal barrier, a part of the innate immune response. And why are people of color at higher risk? And the answer is because it's a very complicated subject.
Doctor, I think the important thing here is that Stefan wants us to fight. So we need to fight. I don't like your shirt.
Hang on a second. Listen.
I like your face.
Why
we need to hide your face with Mike's balls. I mean, that's all this has come down to. Sorry.
Doc, when we get together someday, I'll show you.
I'll get to see the actual legendary.
You can examine, yeah.
I couldn't find it on
Actually,
Wikipedia.
there was a
We
time
were
where my
looking.
brother was called the Scrotal Avenger. He probably has nothing on you. And so I don't know if you've ever carried that moniker, but
No,
anyway,
not
yes.
that. It's just the sack with the in front of it. And if you're
Yeah.
from England, it's the sack.
The sack. Okay. But just
And if
quick
you're
thing,
from
just
France,
on
it's
Cordy,
sack.
everybody, there's things that you can do. The reason I'm trying to get to a different audience, there's things you can do to help your body. The idea is not to fear the virus, it's to take care of yourself so that when you get this virus, you will have a healthy immune response and you will get better, even if it mutates in the future.
Okay, what are some things that you could do? Exercise, diet.
Number one thing is lifestyle. So outside of age and being people of color as the two biggest risk factors, it's insulin resistance. Okay, insulin resistance is the hugest reasons why people are getting. And so what causes insulin resistance? I'm a paleo diet guy, but somebody, you're trying to keeping carbohydrates down, okay, whole food diets, okay, healthy regular exercise, not over exercise. The best studies on exercise are just walking a half an hour a day. It's like not a lot, okay? And so so regular exercise, healthy sleep, stress management, okay? And is that more important than social distancing and masks? And the answer is yes, that's more important. However, for right now, the sack is a great moniker. And so, sorry, I'm just reading the headline. What that has to do with coronavirus, I have no idea. If we had a sack over ourselves as compared to a mask,
Exactly.
we'd all be safe. That actually is a new strategy that we just came up with here today.
And it'd be a lot more fun for everybody.
It would.
Mike, does your scrotum reach to your face so you could cover
Yeah.
it?
No. But I am getting older. I look forward to seeing the natural progression
The
of the
natural
whole
progression of the swing of things. Yeah.
You know what's funny is I've escaped the sack thing ever since we've done the show. It's such folklore now that I haven't really talked about it in years, and now it's a hot topic. It's a hot topic of the show. I love it.
Well, I just found out about it last week, so it's actually still new for me. It's sort of like this Kiss thing. I really hadn't paid attention to Kiss in a long time, and then wow, there's a lot of people still talking about them. I didn't know that occurred.
You're
Mike,
excited.
Do you have elephantitis? Do you have elephantitis?
No,
of the balls?
definitely not. No, definitely not. I just have big balls. You know what I mean?
Okay.
One's like my smallest ball is bigger than anybody's biggest ball.
Wow.
And then my big ball is avocado-esque.
Wow, that is.
Got a picture? Did I paint a picture? And Dr. Gary, I promise you, when I meet you,
Yes.
one of the first things we do within 5 minutes, you're gonna examine me. You can do the exam. Bring some rubber gloves. We'll do it.
That's first thing. It's like hi, drop trowel. And
No, it's just no. My dad's got big balls. I mean, it's just whatever. But I've got big balls.
I got big balls.
Did the guys from AC/DC really know about you? Is the song really actually about you? No.
Okay, Mike, this is where I come and interrupt. See, and then you wonder why I'm a jerk off, right? Because I got Donnie V. Hold on, I got a couple of Donnie V's fans. Like they're all mad. I got the doctor. Look, you animals.
Exactly.
He's not here, and to be honest with you, he's running late. So when Donnie's here, we'll still be here.
He's coming on.
He's coming on. So stop writing the comments and get the hell out of here if you don't like the show. I don't give a crap. Dr. G, I got a big question for you.
Yes.
Because I have a yelling kid, so I missed what you and Corey were talking about. I want to be polite. Did you guys discuss the conversation? Are you wrapped up your conversation with him, Corey?
We covered some things. I mean, obviously, I could talk for hours about that. That would not be a good radio show.
Because I got something selfish to talk about. Vitamins. Now, I have the Kirkland, Costco, the big jug of vitamins, fish oil. Okay? Well, what's your opinion about these vitamins? That's what I want to know.
Well, I mean, all vitamins are a matter of quality. Okay, so and the question is, how do you determine quality? There's a few websites that look into this and test for certain things. And so, hey, we got a few fans out there. And so, does supplement quality matter? Yes. Okay. And so, what Stefan's talking about is that I'm legendary for calling the fish oils from Costco rancid fat pellets of death.
Yeah.
And and so because if you bite into them, and I did this, and because that's one of the ways of testing fish oil quality is just bite into it and see what the fish oil is. It rancid or not? And that happened again and again and again. Furthermore, my experience when people shifted from actually good quality fish oils to that was their triglycerides would go up, their inflammation levels would go up. Nordic Naturals is one of the good companies, by the way, not the only one, but one of them. And it's a matter of dosage, etc. So in a functional medicine doctor, what you do. Have to drink vitamin D. Vitamin D comes in a capsule, by the way. You don't have to drink it. Anyways, and so so yes, quality of supplements matter. My experience, and this is, like I said, I got to emphasize, and doing repeated testing on people is no, and just biting into those fish oils is something they must have stored it in their Phoenix warehouse or something, because they do have USP certification. That's United States Pharmacopoeia. And so something must have happened in between the time they're processed and the time they get to the shelves or something, because you don't want people to, because if you buy Diet Coke, everybody knows that's unhealthy. But if people buy Kirkland fish oil, they think they're being healthy, which is, I think, more deceitful, And so yes, there are good quality fish oils. I'm not going to pump any products, but no, that is not one of them. Yeah, so yes, and the last thing I want as a functional medicine doctor is prescribing a supplement and having people. So when I talk about supplements, I'm very specific. This is this K2D3 I use. I'll use a name called K-Force, et cetera. And are there any good over-the-counter testosterone tablets? Do you mind if I address that?
Yeah, go ahead, doctor.
The answer is no. Okay, when I say it that way, true testosterone has to be done topically and is at a compounding pharmacy, or you can buy a few of the prescription brand name brands. What I think you mean, are there any of these testosterone booster tablets? So I'm just trying to be clear. These the first thing on that one, they actually showed, because guys especially, equate testosterone and erections. It's not the same thing. They're interrelated. So if you go online and buy erection supplements, you're probably buying an unlicensed drug, meaning some version of Viagra or Cialis. And buying unlabeled drugs is dangerous. Okay, so don't buy these erection supplements that people take. I know that's not the same thing as the testosterone things. Are there supplements that can help boost testosterone levels? The answer is yes. Okay. They're fairly mildly effective, though. We talked about testosterone 1 or 2 weeks ago. And so yes, you can do something to help boost your testosterone levels. One of the things we talked about like that is more exercise, more whole food diet. Decreasing insulin resistance is far more effective at raising testosterone than taking supplements.
Yeah. Doc, really quick, because before, I love having the doc here. There's so many questions, and I'm going to keep you around, Doc, because here's a couple of questions right here. Check this out. Hey, Doc, let's see what Pat says here.
If you had H1N1, would you have the COVID antibody? Absolutely not. And so H1N1 is a type of the seasonal influenza that people talk about. And there's a variety of influenza, A's and B's. They make a new flu vaccine every year based upon what the CDC thinks is the most likely strain to come into the country. They're effective sometimes and not effective sometimes against that virus. But no, there is no cross-reactivity between H1N1 and, having been exposed to H1N1 or having the vaccine and being immune to COVID. Or would you have even the COVID antibody? No. Okay. I'm in the process of trying. I have COVID. I have the finger stick test in my office, and I've been talking with the company that I bought it from and their validations, because I'm trying to see, is it really as accurate having the people that I know that have been exposed to so this is an interesting story just from yesterday. A lady who'd been diagnosed as having SARS-CoV-2, the coronavirus that everybody's talking about now, and by a nasal swab, and she tested negative based on my finger stick, and I went, damn it, this test sucks. But then we sent out other labs, and all the other antibodies tests from other labs are wrong too. So I'm thinking her nasal swab is negative, was actually a false positive, excuse me. So accurate testing, as everybody knows, has been a huge issue in our country and in other countries. So to answer your question specifically, no, it doesn't cross-react. We're having trouble finding antibody tests that are accurate when you've even had the virus.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. No, that's good. How about doctor? Are you familiar with what's this one? Melrose Larry Green.
Is that something like frog balls? That's a little Brussels sprouts, I think. Bull's balls. Don't you get those at McClintock's or something?
How about
maybe.
over here? Wait. Unblock the Donnie Vie, the R&B. They just, what's this? Kevin, unblock. All right, Kevin, just hang out. Okay.
Listen, Kevin,
hold on.
These fans. This is what it's like being a part of the show. You get banished. You get shit on.
Hey, Kevin, you know what?
So
I gotta be honest.
Experience.
The Donnie Vie fans, you know what? If somebody's running late, they're stuck in traffic. What am I, God? Right? I could do what I can do. You know, I'm just a guy with a laptop and a bullshit fake show. And if you don't like my bullshit fake show, go watch some inbred Midwest fishing looking for trout till Donnie Vie comes on. What can I do? I can't please everybody. But
Hey,
really,
Doc, do you play guitar?
Oh gosh, no. The reason I'm silent when you guys talk about music is like, wow, what a world!
Doc,
what a new world for me. I mean, I would never talk about that stuff because I mean, seriously, zero knowledge. Okay.
What about Alex? What dose of vitamin D?
Okay, sorry. So yes. Now, obviously, the dose of, let's start with vitamin D. Vitamin D, the right dosage, your doctor should be testing your levels. A healthy level is between 70 to 90 on the blood test. That usually takes between 5 to 10,000 units of vitamin D, usually taken in conjunction with this vitamin called K2, which is specific form called MK7, 180 micrograms. Sorry if this is boring, but that's the right dosage, is usually in 5 to 10,000 units. It's whatever it takes to get your levels up. Some people need less, some people more. Vitamin D, everybody, the single most important nutrient everybody can be taking right now. There's a lot of important ones, but it's the most important one. It synergizes with K2. It has a hormonal effect that affects your
it's not a vitamin. It's actually a hormone.
It's actually a steroid hormone. Everybody calls it a vitamin, so you just kind of use the term that people are used to. But Corey's completely right. It's actually a steroid hormone. That's why I say there's 2 anti-aging hormones I recommend. Number 1 is vitamin D, steroid hormone actually. Number 2 is melatonin, which is actually a peptide hormone. Okay, and so everybody over 35 should be taking 5 milligrams. Everybody over 60 should be taking 10 milligrams because melatonin is the next most important thing to be taking. And those are 2 of the most important things. Vitamin C, obviously, the vitamin C, the biggest issue is you would hear different results. If you take vitamin C, you should take it in combination with a mixed bioflavonoid, usually in a buffered form. So the typical dosage I'm telling people to do now is like 1,000 milligrams 3 times a day. Massive increase under stress. And that's more of a Linus Pauling kind of dosage. Linus Pauling would tell you that's way too little, but you know, he's not here anymore, so I can talk.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah.
Talk to you, Gary. I got a quick question. How do you make a hormone? How do you make a hormone?
Don't pay her. Yes, we've all heard that one.
I love it.
What came first, everybody? The chicken or the egg?
Zinc.
The rooster.
Zinc's very important. Zinc's very. You know, let's do this, doctor, because I got a lot of people hocking me China over here. You love that, Corey? Hocking me China. So
what does that mean, Stefan?
Hocking me China. It means stop being a pain in the ass and busting my chops. That's how I. That's how I look.
The literal term for hocking me Chinek is rattling my tea kettle.
Right, and I call that in Brooklynese. Stop busting my balls and let's move on. Okay? All right, leave me the hell alone. That's what I do, doctor. I love you. I want you to be around. Stick around. Don't leave. Anybody else? Okay. Check out the doctor. There he is. There's my man. Let me get rid of that comment over here really quick. Like, let's see. Like, I'm Chip's nephew. Somebody's saying congratulations. I'm glad you're his nephew. All right. She's laughing.
You guys ready?
It's like Dr. Gary Foresman. Could you get rid of the banners? I want to do his mic. Move the banner.
I'm not doing well. Okay.
Move Gary's name out of the way. Get Gary's name out.
Okay, I'll get it out of the way.
I'm trying to show where people could reach the doctor. But this is like a come on. Don't make my show a real show. Hurry up. Find his name for the love of God. Get the Gary
God, it's gone. All right.
Gary Foresman, middlepathmedicine.com. Shut up. The Don is speaking. Middlepathmedicine.com. Check out the doctor. He's wonderful. We love him. Doctor, thank you for being a part of it.
Thank you. And we have lots of articles there on D and C for people who have questions that weren't answered. The website has lots of good information.
Everything. So everything's there.
We're going to introduce you to Donnie Vie, too.
All right. Really, everybody, right over here. We're going to bring him up here. Donnie Vie's coming up in 1 second. Wait, he was backstage. Now he's gone. Let's wait.
He's there. He's
there. Okay, let's do this. Let's put the doctor backstage really quick. Put Corey back there. Is he there, Mike?
I'm getting people excited for him. He's there.
Ladies and gentlemen, you wanted Donnie Vie. All right? You got Donnie Vie. Welcome, Donnie Vie, to the audience, to the stage. Mr. Donnie Vie.
What's going on?
Donnie, how you doing?
Hey, man.
Pretty good for my age.
Wonderful. You're looking good. You know, hey, we had Dr. Roberts just now over here.
I've seen him.
vitamin C, vitamin D, all that good zone. We were
vitamin E.
Yeah, now we're in V's world.
My
Donnie V.
doctor, Dr. Doolittle.
Yeah.
That's why I go to Dr. Doolittle.
Doctor. Hey, you know what? You know what? There's always more to come. I'll take you to Oz, baby.
Hey, Donnie, we're
Yeah.
glad you're here because you've got some pretty intense fans
Yeah.
on the chat board.
They're the
They
best
could
fans.
not wait for. No, they are the best fans.
I know,
but
they're
they
like
were
a
getting,
cult.
Mike.
yes, but they were getting treated like we get treated back here from ADIKA.
Yeah, that's right. This is what I do to people.
So
Oh, don't do that, man.
That's what I do. I don't care.
Don't do that. They'll egg your house.
That's all right. I don't care. I don't care. Let them make their own show and call you and get them on their show. I got you on my show. You know why? Because we like each other. And last time you were here, you know, a long time we had bad internet. So now we got better internet.
Can you hear me good?
Oh, you sound great. You look great. Donnie, for the people who missed it, the first time you and I met, remember I wouldn't let Chip on stage. I let you on stage. You know how I roll.
That's why I'm on the show right now.
I'm a ball buster.
That's
You know?
why I'm on the show.
Okay. All right. I love everybody, but you know, when people are hawking me China in my own, I change words around. I'm from Brooklyn, you know. And then we had your former groupie over here. We got Corey Levitan. Look how happy you are.
I see.
You
I
love
love
it.
Donnie.
All right, goodbye. So anyway, this is how Donnie.
Yeah, buddy.
Really quick, you got your guitar? Did you want to do
No, I
this
just
solo?
thought, you know, I'm
What do you
just
got there?
fucking with this. I made this.
Hold on, let me see a picture of this, Donnie. That's like the Lennon rooftop guitar.
Yeah, only I made it.
Yeah,
But it actually works, and it actually kicks fucking.
Donnie. Oh, I love that guitar.
Yeah.
So it's a wow. He made that.
The only thing is, there's a thing called the nut. This nut here.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still, learning on this stuff. So I'm waiting for another one to come in. And once this is, the new one comes, this thing, I mean, dude, I couldn't believe it. It plays and sounds, great.
Wow. I'm impressed that you made it, Donnie.
Me too.
So you can make your own model and just sell them.
Nah, I usually, I'm not a guy with a flair for detail unless it's tedious stuff when I'm recording and stuff. And I usually cut corners and I'd be the guy that would, take this out, put the pickups in before I even paint it or anything,
Yeah.
and, but this one I went, did every step, took my time, this and that. And I'm happy that I did, it's like a $3,000 ES 335 for, I think I got about $600 into it, $700 into it.
So that's what it cost you to make that, huh?
Yeah, well, I got like the best pickups you can get for it, the best tuners, all this vintage, old vintage Gibson stuff. I searched it out and, yeah.
So how long? Okay, so
I'll tell you one thing: building these things,
the
electronics got to go. All the pots and everything has got to be all soldered in. It's got to go into these fucking holes here. So I'll tell you, right? I mean, I was ready to smash this thing 3-4 fucking times, but. So what I did is the unheard of. I made an access panel. I just cut a fucking hole.
Oh, you did?
Panel, yeah.
So
effective.
So let me, Donnie, how long did it take you? Okay, the money. What's the time? How long did it take you to put that guitar together?
If you totaled the hours, because I mean, when you sand it and then stain or seal and this and that, everything's got to sit for like a day or two, and then when you wet sand and then you start with the lacquer and stuff. Each one of those lacquer coats got at least be a day if you want it right, and I did like 6-7 coats of it. And then you got to wait at least a week before you can wet sand that. And then I buffed it out. Man, I could chop lines on this thing. It's so shiny and
it's like smooth, it's smooth like a baby's ass over there.
I didn't have one of these, I had an old Epiphone a long time ago, but a lot of this stuff that I used to have, I don't know where it went. It's just flight cases full of shit everywhere. And, but this is, my buddy Rob got himself an ES 335 and it's really, ugly. It looks like one of those Mexican flea market sunburst things. Yeah. And, so I played that and I was like, man, I got to get one of these. And, plus, most of my stuff I got, is single coil pickup and shit like that. So I got, just the arsenal that I need, but I didn't have anything humbucker. And so I said, I'll make one of these. Plus it looks cool. And
no, it looks great. I'm going to ask you a crazy question. Cause I had, we did so much Kiss stuff, and the guy had the original Fran, Paul Stanley's guitar tech, and he was showing like Lenny Kravitz, John Mayer, the original a mirror ball, Paul Stanley's guitar, the mirror ball guitar from the Dynasty. So let me ask you a question. If you got to hold John Lennon's Rickenbacker, this is a crazy question.
I have.
Okay. When you held his, when you picked up the guitar, what was the first thing you riffed on that guitar? Was it a Lennon Beatles song? What was it?
Let's see.
Like you had the Lennon guitar in your hand, right? You actually held it?
Yeah, I was used to be endorsed by Rickenbacker, and so when we were in that town, I went to got to take the tour of the Rickenbacker factory.
Yeah,
and they have the museum in there and everything, and they had a few of his things. You know, the original little Rickenbacker, the one where you see him in the old days where it's natural color. That one was there, and they basically, there's the one model that he played live. It's very tiny. It's a little 3/4 scale, and I was like trying to play it, and you know, it's a tiny little guitar, and I was like, Jesus, how does he even do it? He goes, and the guy's telling me Lennon had really small fingers and really small hands and stuff. I'm like, really?
Really?
But yeah, I think I played Twist and Shout or something on it.
Was that the first? So that was the actual guitar, Lennon's guitar. You picked it up and then you strummed the chord was.
Oh yeah.
Funny.
Yeah, there was a few other ones that were his that you've never seen him with.
What they had?
But the Rickenbackers, just some weird looking, bizarre Rickenbackers that I'd never seen before. That were, you know, probably in his private collection that he used. But the little black one was the one he was famous for. And what, you know, there was one that was specifically his, and he donated it back to them because they would everywhere they'd go, they didn't bring guitars and stuff that whatever company they're with, you know, Hofner, Rickenbacker, they would be there for them. And so there was, you know, a million of them. And they all each had like, you know, one or two of their own. And that little one, it was really cool to hold that little fucker thing. Cause I grew up looking at that thing.
Yeah. Fuck. Dude, I'm so
pictures and the videos and stuff.
Look at, wait, hold on. Corey, you got your own guitar. Wait,
I got to say something.
Yeah.
Because you know, I've known Donnie for 30 years. I'm a former music critic. You know, I like amazing things: Beatles, Stones, Zeppelin, Nirvana. Your songs, dude, they're
what is that? Is that a first act?
Yeah,
guitar?
I bought it for my daughter. She doesn't want to learn how to play, so it's mine. I've reclaimed it.
It looks perfect on you, man. It's the right size and everything. It makes you look
That's
bigger.
True. It's the right gender. So I emailed you the other night because I had Hollywood You in my head, and I said, "What are the chords?"
I saw that,
and you said, "What did you say?"
Well, what do you think I'm going to say? What are the chords to Hollywood You? I haven't heard from you in 30 fucking years, and then you email me. I don't know the chords to Hollywood You.
Well, I think I figured them out. Hollywood, you be my merry-go-round in this hardest don't-go world that's got my feet on the ground, and all the seasons taste bad in my mouth, and it's got me down. Hollywood, yeah. Anyway,
that's very good, Corey.
Yeah, Corey, I had to go check on my kid really quick. You're such a. I don't even know what I missed.
That's not it, by the way. That's not how it goes, by the way.
Hey, Donnie, really quick, man.
It's close.
You see the guitar that Donnie was building, or are you too busy tuning your pink guitar?
No, I was. Yeah. It's Lennon's guitar from the rooftop. It's awesome.
that was an Epiphone. His is an Epiphone Casino. This is a ES335 Gibson. I even got the decal and everything, you know. But I don't really care. It just plays and sounds great. I had one of those Epiphones, and wasn't the newer Epiphones and stuff. They're not really practical, and you know, it wasn't that great. But he had like P90s in it, which I got in like my SG, and the P90s are my favorite pickup. But this one I got like the pearly gates and put in there, and so I needed one that like rips.
Yeah, no, that's a nice one. Hey, Donnie, do me a favor. Can you?
I'm not playing a song, but
you can't play something mellow for us, like sing something just a slow, nice, beautiful song, something to get your fans. They've been waiting so long. How about something? A little something.
My guitar is set on distortion.
You have to get the taste of me out of their ears.
I just rolled out of bed, man. It's like, come on.
All right. I was going to do it for Renee. Renee's here. Let's go to the comments. You guys want to talk to Donnie a little bit? Renee, beautifully built by the king of.
Hey, Donnie, what's your favorite Lennon song or Beatles Lennon song? And does it change?
it's like, who's your favorite child? It's like, it's a weird, I mean, I love, I like the earlier and up to like 65, 66. And I mean, I love a lot of his stuff. It's all amazing. I mean, who knows? That's an impossible question to answer.
I mean, there's so many. How about the Colonel? What's the Colonel have to say over there, Corey? Read that out.
Donnie, you had a song on Strength. The world is a gutter. I thought that was brilliant. It could have been a hit. Do you still do that song?
I haven't done any of those Enuff Znuff songs in over 5-6 years. And when I was with the band, basically did the same set list that you've seen, Corey, 30 years ago. And we're just doing it. That's why one of the problems I had with the band, this is like, what's the point of this? Are we here just to make money and to get out and so guys can get their dick sucked or something? So this is not about that. This is about, we got great records and these fans have been here for 10, 20 shows now. So every time we come around, for all those years, and they don't want to hear that same set. You don't want to hear the, Baby Loves You, New Thing, Fly. They want to hear a couple of those, but they don't want to hear that every single time, something like In the Groove that's 15 minutes long. And I forget what the fuck I'm even doing, in the middle of stuff like that. And I want to, more bang for the buck. And I want to get into it. And if I can get into it and I'm, having it, I can sell it. If I'm not getting into it, how am I supposed to? And I just felt like this is ridiculous. I wanted to make another record. I wanted to rehearse. I wanted to do more, be better than we were. And I was adamant about that. And then it was falling on deaf ears. And then I got really adamant about that. And then it became me against them. And one thing escalated. And then I'd start being a dick.
Yeah, here's an important question. Here's an important question right there. Go ahead, Corey. Read that one.
Melrose Larry Green, who I don't know if this is really him because he spelled his own name wrong.
Never heard of him.
Yeah,
Larry Green. I've heard Greenblatt. I had a shrink named Greenblatt there. I used to get my medication.
And we got something over here, Corey. Go ahead.
From Angela
I can say it,
Sikora. Donnie, when are you doing a Facebook live show? When's your new single coming out?
All right, the Facebook live show. See, I had a pounding headache for some reason for like 3 weeks almost, and so I couldn't do anything. And then all of a sudden, everything was piling up. For some reason took on this stupid Taylor Swift song, which I'll never do anything like that again. I had to get that done. I had and the single is going to be a 45 record. There's an A and a B side, and the song we had ready to go. All of a sudden, the pandemic and all that stuff happened, and it's called Party Time, and it was just not the time for that. Then there's another one, all my favorite things, and so I had to get these ready and going back and forth and mixing them and tracking them, and then I ended up doing the Enuff Znuff song. It's on the Enuff Znuff record, and these things pile up, and plus I'm remodeling my room and studio down in the basement now, and so when that's done, which I'm going to sand it probably today, paint it, the day or so after the ceiling and stuff, and then get the carpet in, set up my studio, and then I'll have the ability to do a nice, when I don't want to be sitting here like in my bedroom or something like doing. I want it to be cool, and I also got all these tracks. When I do that, I throw down like I did a song like "How Are You?" It's called "How Are You," but I laid a couple of little accompaniment tracks down that I could sing and play to. So that, it takes it up a notch. And as we're not doing the shows and this and that, I'd like to, some of these songs that people want to hear and are ridiculous, it's like, that's not a song that you would do on an acoustic guitar, but now it broadens the spectrum of the stuff that I could do and make it more fun for me. And it'll sound really good. And as people record these things and then and they're blasted all over everywhere. And I just needed a decent environment for it and give some time to let these other cats do their thing and stuff. And, I did a couple of these, I got a project that I just changed the name on. It was called, started with my really good friend who was kind of frustrated and bummed out because he had quit. He kind of did what you did stuff. And he played bass, kind of just hanging in there and there's my fucking phone. Damn it. Hold on. This is a solicitor.
That's your what do you have the ringer for the solicitors? Let's see. What do you got? What do you keep on there?
There's my alarm too.
We'll get a copyright strike on that from YouTube. What is that song? That's to get a copyright strike on that.
That's from Team America, the World Police that the South Park guys made it. It's all done with marionettes and stuff. It's fucking hilarious, and that song is in there. Everyone's got AIDS.
That's so good.
It's rang at some really bad times though. It's like, oh my God.
Donnie, what about Black Dot? We got Donnie. I'm a fan. Appreciate your talent. Are you a Smithereens fan?
Yeah, it was for the most part, I never bought the records or anything while I'm buying anybody's records, but at the time, especially when they came out, it was something that I dug a lot more than a lot of the shit that was out at the time, and it was kind of in the power pop line and this and that. And I knew Pat, and very talented guy, very, he was a very strong character and strong-willed and stuff. He got, he ballooned up pretty heavily, but he would come out in just the moo and stuff. I'm getting ready for the moo-moos. I'm getting fat.
Everybody.
Yeah, but he did a Wild Bunch thing called the Wild Bunch. Was like an all-star thing with Chip was in that, played the bass, and I got called up a few times, but.
Look at it over here.
Smithereens, Blood and Rose.
No, it was great. So you were a Smithereens fan, right, Corey? You're into it.
Oh, Pat, yeah, absolutely.
I remember you playing them at Circus back in the day. You had anything from Marshall? You're a big Marshall Crenshaw too.
Oh my God!
Let's talk about Marshall Crenshaw really quick. I know we're Donnie Vie, but he was John Lennon.
He played John Lennon in the touring company of Beatlemania.
Yeah, I mean, we could go Beatle crazy right now. You, me, and Donnie. I mean, Donnie's version. Oh, dude, I love it. Donnie's version of Instant Karma. For anybody, go on the website, check it out. I want to play it here, but you YouTube, copy strike, and all that stuff. It is so good that it's like, you know what? Because it's hard to imitate the original, even come close to it. I mean, your tone. I mean, Donnie, not I'm kissing your ass, but I'm kissing your ass. It is fucking incredible how you make Lennon your own Lennon, and it's just, dude. This is honest truth. It's just Corey.
That's what you got to do.
Well, if you think about the original song, we all love the original song, and but it was recorded on purpose, very thin, with no harmonies and almost no depth. Spector was trying to sort of make a statement with it. I could put out a record in half an hour. Here it goes.
Well, no, actually, what happened was Lennon wrote it, and the same day he called a bunch of guys together and wanted to track it, and it was becoming a clusterfuck. It was a nightmare, and then Spector happened to be there. He came in with somebody, and they were checking out, and then they were getting ready to bag it and said, call it a day, because they just couldn't get the sound right. And then said, hey, Phil, you want to take a crack at it? And he sat down and right away did his thing, put delay on everything and dialed it in, and then they did it. And that's what you're hearing. And, there's a couple overdubs and stuff. But the reason I did it, originally is because I have this buddy that would, a couple of us friends of his that he knows are big Cheap Trick and Beatle fans and stuff like that. This guy would track all of the whole tracks, like, what song do you like? What song you feel like singing? He would track the whole thing and send it to you. And all you got to do is load it up in your thing and, and just do the vocal tracks just for fun. And that was one of them. I did Heaven Tonight and a couple other things just for fun, and that was one of them. And it just came in. Used it in a pinch when I was in the hospital. I needed put something out there, and I had that. And Vinny Castaldo, the guy out in Vegas that did the Dissonance record, he's currently playing on the new Enuff Znuff record I'm on. He'll be on the next Enuff Znuff shit that if I do it. And he really went to town. He goes, dude, I'll help you make a video. He called in, professional movie guy. He had that, and my buddy Rob. Out here in Chicago, it's like I came right out of the hospital, and and the next day I did my vocal shot where I'm outside with the microphone and stuff, and that was the next day, and I was down to 140 pounds. I had lost 35 pounds in there.
From what?
My pancreas melted.
Oh, that's right.
But a week later, I mean, I couldn't even believe it. I'm out on freezing Lake Michigan, out on a pier, and there's a grand piano out there, and a complete huge film crew and playback sound system and drones flying around, and we were out there. It was freezing, but just sat down at the piano, and that was like I mean, how do you not look cool as fuck? You're sitting at a grand piano on the fucking middle of Lake Michigan singing John Lennon's Instant Karma and doing a pretty good job of it, you know?
So you're not in the touring band of Enuff Znuff, but you do drop in for the songs.
This is something that just happened. You know, I went on a big tirade because there's some things went down and I just had enough of people fucking, you know, violations and inconsideration and shit like that, you know, and there was things that were just unacceptable. And so I went on a tirade and just to let people know here's what's going on, this and that. Here's your boy. And we got a manager and an attorney out of it and a great team of street people and some of these fans, you know, there's you can't buy people like that. And then we served him with just, you know, I'm not going to go too much into it, but he had so many days and he texted me happy birthday on my birthday. And I texted back and just I'm kind of a windbag. And I mean, what I meant to say was thank you. Instead, I said, hey, listen, we motherfucker, all this and that shit, you know, we got to get this all worked out and shit like that. And Chip's the kind of guy that, you know, he'll tell you what you want to hear and he can talk the paint off the walls. But we started talking and next thing you know, we were on the phone for like 3 hours laughing about this and that. And
nice.
I was talking about, you know, and kind of with all respect, Chip, you know, I laid it out for him. I go, what you doing? It's devaluing what we did, man. It's not what we did. It's not what the band, we weren't huge, rich and famous, but we had integrity and we had a reputation of, you know, one of the best songwriting bands, and my vocals are a huge part of all of that, you know, and plus I'm the guy, you know, I just show up somewhere, I'm vertical. I already won, you know, he's still alive. You know what I mean? And so, but you want to see the guy. You know what I mean? And it wasn't that, and it's hanging in there with the vocals and stuff. And I was like, this isn't, you know, I mean, and after enough time, I was like, you know, I do everything is for number one, I got into it because it was a dream and the art. Number two is it became because of for the fans. It became to, you know, because it started really affecting people, and there was a real, you could see that people were really heavily affected. It's like people telling me it's they alone. I was, you know, I heard you and I, you know, if this guy feels exactly like I do and this and that, so I went with that. And I figured, you know, like where most people are trying to hide their shit and cover shit up, I used it for good. You know, I mean, there's no denying or hiding that I was all fucked up all the time, but I never failed to deliver. I always did my job great. I always made my records were great. My vocals, I did a great job at that. I never missed a show. I sang and been, you know, and it's like I don't know. In any case, but
by the way, Chip never mentioned anything about you.
I know he still hasn't.
And I think that's really commendable.
He still has.
Chip talks good about Donnie to me, you know, and it's so good. But let me ask you something.
That's not his best interest to bad rap me.
Donnie, he loves you, and it's all good.
I know.
I want to say something. You did a version because we just lost Little Richard, right? And you did an incredible version of Little Richard, man.
Yeah, I ripped on that one now,
dude. But you made it your own. You did it your own.
There's a whole.
Did you just record it, or did you have that recorded before Little Richard?
No, I just did that when Little Richard. I was going to try it. I thought you hear Little Richard Lucille, and you figure, well, how hard could that be? I could have done that and get that out in 3 hours, you know. But there is a lot more to that to make it your own, and also to make that thing drive and pump right all the way from beginning to end. And then, you know, I got about like 8 or 9 of these songs, these cover things, but they're like, I pump up the voltage and do it as if I had written it, you know, but I don't have to worry about the songwriting and stuff. And with my own stuff, I don't get a chance really to spotlight and show what I'm capable of singing wise, vocally, you know what I mean? And because I'm concentrating on other things and this and that, and it's not one of those deals. And that stuff, I get to rip it. And the more we've been going, and it was just for a friend to begin with. And then it started turning into something, and we had a goofy name, the St. Joe County Dopers and stuff. And it was turning people off. And I noticed, like, when I put out something of my own, I get like a couple of thousand views right away. You know, put something out with the Dopers thing, and you know, they're trickling in and stuff. And I'm like, you know, what am I doing? I mean, playing in now it's like I'm promoting shit in a cover band, and with guys, you know, with my friend who's a newbie, you know, he's I'm very proud of him. He's coming a long way. But I mean, what the fuck am I doing? I said, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to take these songs to the next level. And so it's funny you should mention that, because I just decided, looked at it after the Little Richard song, and I said, these people aren't listening to this, ain't hearing this, because and because of the name, number one, and then you would see it in this goofy cartoon. We look like idiots. It looks like something. I said, this has all got to go, and going back and forth. And I came up with something, and I want to get your opinion on this. It was we were going through different names and stuff, and I thought, I've done a few things in the past for an organization called the Fallen Blue, which is the surviving families of police officers and firefighters and shit that got killed in the line of duty. There's this charity helps them, gives money, because they've just lost their provider and all this and that, so it puts in to help those surviving families. And I've done a few things for them, and it's not only a really good thing to do, but it is nice to, especially when you or me, to be on their good side of the law. They have those guys as friends, you know what I mean? And so I just thought of it yesterday. I said Donnie Vie and the Fallen Blue, and I love the sound of the name. And then all of a sudden now there's a reason. It makes sense of why I'm doing this, because I can do this for and help and do something like that. And then I can promote it and push it, maybe even put a record out of it. And now I'm going to go to town on these. This is where I can exercise my skills and go to town on these things. And now I'm going to up the fucking stepping it up and find some songs that you have to be really fucking good to sing, and I want to spotlight that, show the different things that I can do, not just a singer songwriter shit talker.
Yeah.
I like the name a lot. I think it's very poetic.
What's that?
Donnie Vie and the Fallen Blue.
Yeah,
I did too. I think it's really good too. The Fallen Blue. I think it's a great name.
And then when you you go to it or you click on it and you watch it and this and that, and it'll say, if you love this, help, give, here's a donation button or something like that. And you could donate money and you're doing a good thing. And and that's amazing. But the one thing you got to keep in mind though is friends with the police. That's a really good thing, because instead of, to the contrary, they spent most of my life scared to death of these motherfuckers. But when you're friends of them, even the dickhead cops, I mean, I've gotten get out of jail free cards that have actually worked, and so that's a good thing. That's a plus. But I've done like a couple of guest appearances for them, and they would contact me once in a while for stuff that they can auction off in their auctions, autograph shit. And so I give that stuff to them and shit. And I got one story. You probably don't have time for it that had to deal with police and stuff, but it was ridiculous. And but it was funny, there's a lot of these guys are, if anything, they're just as bad as I was, you know what I mean? And but it's good to have them on your side. It's good. The name is really cool. That I love the name. Sounds really cool. Rob hates it. I don't know why, but he hates it.
I like it. I think it's good.
So I've had to finally tell him today. Okay, well, I'm sorry that you hate it.
Well, let's vote on it. Let's vote in it right here.
You know what? Right? It's not up for vote.
I know. I'm just saying. I want to hear what the people have to say. Hey,
fans are saying, let's have a vote. Let's see what have a contest.
But Donnie,
name. I'm like, no, negative.
I want you to feel my pain. I use the expression, and I say it wrong. The expression "hocking me China." Let the fans hock you a little China over here. I mean, they're telling me to bring this, to bring that. I think it's a great name. I think it works great. What do you guys think? Look, let's see what Tina Kelly. She loves the name right here. Look, Lee goes go for it, huh? Let's see what you people have to say, huh? Look,
instead of that goofy retarded cartoon, it'd be a just big badge.
Yeah, Donnie is humble. Badge. Look at this, Renee. I like the title. I just like to know. Let's hear. The fans. It's great. I think it's a great title. I think it's great. If Corey Levitan agrees with it, then Corey.
I like the something blue in there or something. I
like it too.
Blue, and then now we got the badge and in the background and stuff. I got Jose and Lee working. I go, get to work on this. That other shit has got to fucking go. And my little sister has started painting during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Making paintings and stuff. And some of them are turning out actually pretty cool. They're abstract and shit, and she'll.
Do you have anything? You have anything with you? Any of the paintings there with you? I'd like to see. Let me see.
But I want her to make. There's got to be. accidentally ordered 54 canvases.
Really?
He's got to make a lot of paintings. But
And can you get your sister's paintings online?
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use one, have her do something, design it just for that. Use it as the backdrop, and then you can autograph it and auction it off, still to the Fallen Blue. And plus, there'll be more of them. You know, hang on, get it.
Yeah, let's check that out. That's pretty cool. Look at this. Angela goes, blue is Donnie's color. This is nice to hear what you guys have to say. You see this, Corey? You're being a human being. You're actually being nice. You're being mellow. You learn your behavior. You know, it's good, but let us not forget the fallen people that are being shining to the police.
Now, keep in mind.
How about that comment?
Let me say, first of all, this girl.
Sure, I'd really know to really be really nice over there. Get her out.
She's the one member of the family that really.
Donnie Vie, what do you think about Donnie Vie and the innocent people killed by the blue? One of your fans
really
says, never
touchy.
mind.
Really rolls off the tongue, Corey. No wonder you don't have a job.
Yeah, right.
So listen, this is the first one she did, and she's never done any of that stuff. And I like this, and she's now they're getting better. And I got her making me a bunch of these. And so I can stagger them and make but they're getting better and better. But
are you telling Bet? It's great. Hold it a little up. That's incredible.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have her make a blue one, like all different shades of blue with a little bit of something in it, and use that as the background. And she's making all these, and Amy's the most wonderful girl in the world. And
I love it.
And she needs her. I want either that, or I'm gonna have to have all these things on my wall and stuff.
I want to looks like the Apple building. It looks like the way they painted the Apple building.
Hold on, Amy, if you're watching. I got to get your information because I want a painting. I love it. I think it's great. I got to get one.
Well, either way, before I came up with the Fallen Blue idea, I still told her, I said, listen, you paint these things, I'll autograph the back or whatever we got to do. But I think some of the fans would appreciate, because my fans that know who she is love her to death, and she's done so much for me, keeping me alive and everything, and a little bit of make a bit of money to give to charity, because she's all about giving, and would never keep a penny of it, and she did. She accidentally, I don't know, ordered and the truck came and it was like 10 boxes of canvases. It's like 54 canvases. I'm like, but that's just how she is. Go big or go home, So
it's great. We got to get. If she has a web page, anything, I'll put it up here for sure.
Well, maybe she's watching now. Have her write in, but you just go to Amy D'Antonio on her Facebook. But you can get it through me. You can just go to me, and I want to start auctioning these off, and especially for the Fallen Blue thing now. I'm going to have her make the one that we're going to use for the backdrop, and then she can make different versions and editions of that, because I'll auction that one off, obviously, and then give some to them to auction off. And people are like, well, Donnie, you should be painting. I'm like, I don't paint. What I mean?
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
Paint a room or something like that, but I made some paintings when I was tweaking a long time ago, and I only know how to do one thing, caricature like myself or Chip or something like that, but they're really like, this is the first one. Now she's been doing it a few weeks now. There's some really, really cool looking ones, and they're abstract. Because she tried to do like the tree and stuff like that, and it's like it looks like somebody's sitting down trying to paint a tree, and that's what's the point of that? I said, do something that's expressive. Just your emotions, just something where you're not focusing and frustrated on doing something poorly, but doing something that's you, and it's abstract and it's colorful and it looks and it. When I seen this, I was like, I like that. I'll take that. I would like to have that one. But there's been other ones she's painted in the past where I've said the same thing, just because she's my little sister and I don't want her to feel bad. So give me, I want that, and this and that. But this one, stuff like this, and they're just getting better and better. And and if there's anything that she can do for anybody, she will. And if there's anything I can do for her, I will. Yeah. And so I just think the planets are aligning on this little situation here. Now there's a reason why I'm doing these cover tunes, why. And I don't just they're not just cover tunes, man. They're way to the next level, what I mean? And it's pumping up the voltage on these classic greats. And we started out doing really simple, easy ones because it was for my buddy Rob, to teach him how to record and teach him, a little bit of production and this and that. And just, a couple started getting pretty good. So he just put it out, released it on Facebook and stuff. And the first song we did was Runaway by Del Shannon.
Great song.
And it was a cool version. I figured out how to turn it into a cool version, make it our own. And then when it was done, he's trying to put it to a video and stuff. And I don't know what happened, but it took him like 5 minutes. He called me upstairs. He goes, dude, you got to come here and look at this. and I went up there and I looked at it, and he played it in sync to that classic dance scene with Gene Kelly singing In the Rain, where he's the whole scene with the in the rain and everything, and it synced up to this from the beginning to the end, exactly to it, where even the moves and everything, and it blew my fucking mind, and you know, it got a lot of views, and everybody had seen it was like, wow, is that? So that was a sign right there. It told me something. This is something you're on the right track here, and you know, but it just kept. You know, it was still, you know, being for, you know, it was for Rob and this and that. Plus, you know, I would get my kicks. I get to practice and exercise my skills as a producer or as a musician, as a singer and stuff, where I'm not focusing on the song that I wrote and stuff, because you got to create that out of thin air. This is just, I get to perform, you know, and so I started stepping it up with like Michael Jackson 5, I'll Be There, which is a really difficult song to sing. Stevie Wonder, Living for the City, which is really
great.
You know what I mean? So now I'm setting the bar high, and I'm going for it. It's like, look what I can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So instead of, you know, Donnie Vie, singer-songwriter, great singer-songwriter, again, you know, they'll also, like, that guy can fucking sing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if I do say so myself.
Yeah. No.
What's the next song that you're working on? You do these like things in your living room, when you
My living
play a
room.
song? Well,
No, I got a little studio area. We did some of it over Rob's built this. He's got a hidden room in his basement, you know, like where if the FBI come, you can be in there and they won't find you. You know, he's got one of those. It's a little studio set, and everything I get, he's a greatest student, because everything I tell him and everything I get, he'll get the same stuff and keep up with the Joneses, so that he can, you know, as I tell him, if you just follow my lead and you do what I tell you and this and that, I'll get you, you know, I got 30 years of something experience that I can fast track you through some things, and he's never let me down. And I hate teaching somebody sucks, you know, teaching somebody how to play guitar or something like that. He does a lot of the shit on his own and does the work, and so it's fun. He's a sweetheart. He's like my best friend, but as we started getting other songs, like,
yeah, look at this. Look at it. Rob goes, how can it be a secret when you just told everybody? Hey,
well, I don't give a shit.
Hey, listen, really quick, because
you're gonna find me. I want you to. Misery loves company. I want you hiding out whenever I got found.
Right. Hey, Corey, I think you were talking about the piano. There was a video. I saw a couple of videos of Donnie playing piano, which was incredible too. I mean, is that what you're talking about?
He was playing Hollywood.
Was that?
Oh, those are just like people are doing nowadays on Facebook and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Just on acoustic guitar and going through a song or this and that, and so. You know, it wasn't too difficult to do when there's a setup. I was at the studio. There's a grand piano there, or back at my sister's house. I was there. There's a piano there, and it's plus, you know, I was still finally getting the record out and this and that, and so just to throw some of these things, like, you know, that I look at is fans would ask me to do it, and I think of if I was a fan,
yeah,
really cool, like, you know, because I would do, you know, not the obvious stuff. You know what I mean? I don't want to just do Fly Michelle, a new thing.
No, yeah, those are great. That's what I was talking about. Do you have one coming up? Are you working on
13? What the next? I have a new single coming out. I have probably about 25 really, really great songs that are sitting in the can. But the deal is to make a whole record and finance it yourself. After the beating I took on the Beautiful Things thing, you know, with the pledge and everything, fucking took in all the money and shit like that, you know, and that the poor record didn't even get it, you know, the life it needed. So this 45 is going to be in support of that. It's new songs, but going with the same theme with the fans' pictures and stuff on the front. But
yeah, that's very cool. Very cool.
I've been working on all kinds of things, you know, but I got these songs building up, and you know, when you put out a record, usually there's a single or something like that. You get this one push with PR and stuff about the record. It goes around, you know, the label, everybody pitches in, and you recoup some of it, but you get the round of PR. Like if people like Corey in the old days, you know, remember they do the whole round. You're doing spin, you're doing circus, you're doing this, you're doing that.
Yeah, you go to Atlantic Record. You go to Atlantic Record for the day, and then we were told, you know, you have this 20 minutes.
Right. Well, this way, each time I put out a single or a song, I can get all of that. You know, do the whole rounds of press and this and that. So, and great songs kind of get lost in the crowd instead of like, that's a great record. Now you can release each one individually, and there's 10 great songs that it's a lot more perception. Plus it's cheaper, and I can do it. And now I've stepped up my studio equipment and everything. So now I can actually track these songs myself and send them out to be mixed, have like in the Fallen Blue stuff, I play all the drums live, but I don't play them like, I play them with samples in a keyboard, but I'm actually playing these, on like 4 different tracks. So, and I got a good program for that, but like this Enuff song or my singles and stuff like that. I got my band, the Donnie Vie gang, and Greg Potter, a great drummer, and AD Zimmer is the bass player. It's still undetermined who the rest of the band is, but that's the nucleus. And I got those guys, and Greg played great drums on these 2 new songs, and AD played great bass and stuff. And then the Znuff tune is the guy that did the Dissonance record, Vinny Castaldo, Tone Factory, I do believe it is, and he's a great drummer, and I always wanted him to play with him, and but he's got a studio and stuff, but he does.
Donnie, how do you think this
mixes it, send it out, but I can do the whole records myself now, and I sent it over to Chip. He played a bass, sang a vocal on it, sent it back, sent it out to Vinny, and in 2 days we had a new Enuff Znuff song, but he didn't release it. He released something else, of course.
What are you saying, Corey?
The question I have is COVID-19 is affecting a lot of musicians the way they make a living in terms of live performance. They're saying that will be the absolute last thing that comes back, even if we get a vaccine, all that kind of stuff. The people aren't going to want to stand 2 inches away from each other, and they're not going to let them do it. The city governments and all that. Do you think that will spur sort of new creativity and how to get their music out there?
It leveled the playing field quite a bit. You know what I mean? So instead of these big, huge stadium tours and concerts and stuff that's going on, everybody's got to do it like this. You know what I mean? So it levels the playing field and separates the men from the boys. And some of these cats that are doing cover things and stuff like that are on there every day singing and playing a new song or this and that. And so they're trying to keep up their the people knowing that they're there and out there and stuff. As for me, I wasn't doing shit hardly anyway. We were just getting ready to start playing out live. And so, yeah, everything I was doing was basically, from at home and this and that with those little piano videos and this and that. So that's why I'm taking it, stepping it up and actually be kind of like almost like a concert. I'm not going to do full blown production on these songs, backing tracks, but there'd be some good ones and do some stuff that I wouldn't be able to just naturally do. I think when it eventually kicks back in, it's probably going to be quite a while to get that many people in that close of, because the whole reason for the lockdown and stuff is it's not to prevent people from getting it, to prevent people from all getting it at one time and flooding into the hospitals. Because eventually we're all pretty much going to have that virus, whether we get symptomatic or not, where it's like the flu. It's going to go around everybody. There's no way to prevent that, but you have to prevent it all from happening at one time. Now it'll start to lighten up, but at this time, I think there's a lot of good going on with this because it's slowing people down and just royalties and stuff increased just because people are actually have more time now to listen to music and you see social media and guys you haven't heard from in so long as they're so busy and out running around. They're with their families. Things are getting your priorities back in check and the whole world has kind of got a common bond right now. It's like there's no difference for anybody in this whole world, any country or this religion, this and that, for this one thing. We all have this one thing in common right now. And it's kind of in a weird way. They always say hindsight is insight and things, bad things happen for good reasons. And, and when it's your time, it's your time, whether you got this or a plane comes through the roof and hits you, or you know what I mean? Get raped by a dog to death,
raped by a dog,
coyotes or something. But I mean, when it's your time, it's your time. This. And I believe that because I've had a peek at the other side and I know there's more to than this, I do know that. I wish I could instill that in people. Because I lost my fear of death and everything. I got a good grasp of what's going on, but there is more than meets the eye. And there is, and I've seen just through my life and a lot of people's lives that like things that are such a drag and fucked up for your life that in the end that worked out. If that wouldn't have happened, you wouldn't have been where this one thing happens. You know what I mean? And so there's, I believe that there's reasons for things happening, and I believe that there's a reason for this. And I know it's people don't like to hear that, or people don't, but I really do believe that you got to find look at the good in things, and there's a lot good happening with this too. You know, what's so bad about finally being with your family and staying home and stop going out running around so fast, and people, you know, just it's leveled the playing field. If you're got no money, you can't afford to pay your rent or your bills or something like that, you're being allowed this extra time, you know, of court things, you're being allowed extra time, taxes. I even got my sister signed me up for a stimulus check. I even got one. I don't have fucking work a job and fucking tax.
I mean, I agree with the colonel right here. See what the colonel, I agree. The one good thing that's come out of this coronavirus, it definitely brought people together. And I definitely
agree. The whole world has got one thing in common right now. We got a common bond that everybody in the world, and you go to somewhere, like I go to Home Depot, you get some materials and stuff to do something, and you see these people with the mask, and everybody looks at each other and you're acknowledging, and you're like smiling and this and that at each other, as we're, you know, I do that with a lot of people anyway, you know, he's almost, you know, retarded, but everybody's like acknowledging each other, like motorcycle riders, like, hey, you know, as you see a guy on a motorcycle, now everybody in the mask, like, hey, this and that. And it's just everybody in the whole world is joined together by this one thing. And that, how can that be 100% bad? You know what I mean? And it's not killing it's like, what it's doing is slowing everybody down. It's leveling the playing field for things that some people have so much and so other people can't get in there to do anything, can't get a piece of nothing. Stuff all of a sudden that's kind of brought down now. Now this Paul Stanley's on the same, you're on the same thing today as Paul Stanley on the same fucking platform. You know what I mean? And if somebody happens to be scrolling, sees you, it's leveled the playing field off, and you really got a chance to take that and see what you can do. Now, this is a situation where, you know, I can really show what I'm capable of doing at the time like this, as we're a band, it's all loud, and you got the vibe, and you got all the crowd and this and that, and you just show up vertical. But this is like, there's no cheating, there's no hiding, there's no nothing. There's just you and what you can do. Like I seen, what's his name? Post Malone the other day, and a couple other guys, they went each from individual of their homes and had to mix together and they did a whole Nirvana set, and it was amazing. And it was Post Malone, like, wow, this guy's a rock dude. He's drinking beer and smoking cigarettes on there. Like I don't drink beer anymore, but I wish I did.
No,
now I smoke.
Look over here. Kitty Oates, she made friends here with the Coffee 100 friends. We got Debbie, and everybody out there is making your negative comments on my chat. Hey, I'm not here about to get political left and right and all that stuff. The time people are sick, people are ill, people are trying to heal, get well. I mean, I ball bust on the show, but the guys on here, if you're gonna get political in the chat here, I'm gonna block your ass.
Politics,
my show. I'm not into it.
You lose half right up.
You lose. You can't
religion
win.
as well.
You can't win with all that stuff. So you know what? The show's for fun. I got people here fighting each other. So I just block it. Go time out. You don't like it? Go watch.
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about with politics or any of that stuff anyway. So I don't.
But I will say one thing. If John Lennon was alive today, how do you think he would be?
Oh, that's political. You can't go there.
You can't go there. But I'm just about John Lennon.
No, because Yoko is John's voice in a sense.
I think he'd give. No. I think if John Lennon was, he wouldn't be still doing this campaign for peace and stuff. You just got to throw your hands in the air. That's over. You know what I mean? Just try that. It was a time where they were trying to.
What is Yoko?
In the old days, this country originally would have grabbed their guns and got up and gone out and defend what they want and defend what their country and this and that. Now we're not like that, but other countries still are, and John was like, we still have a chance to do this. We have a chance to tell our president and to tell us that we don't want to be in this war, which we don't need to be in. We're not going. We don't, this and that. And there was a chance at that point. They had the draft and everything. That was the first time in World War II, guys got up and went. You know what I mean? They left their fucking lives. They left their families. They left their baseball teams and went on their own. And then all of a sudden they're drafting for wars that we have absolutely nothing. They didn't start any shit with us. We're going in there for other reasons and stuff like that. You know what I mean? What the fuck? We're like bullies. We're just bullies everywhere.
It's different times now because you notice, like I don't think Sean Lennon. I don't think he's very out there. He doesn't say much about there, or even Julian or Yoko. Well, Yoko's older now.
Yoko has been. She protested the Iraqi wars and all that.
She did, but the kids. Sean takes a quiet stand on it, huh?
No, that's a smart thing to do, though. I mean, you're influential if you're somebody that's well known and famous and people like admire you or this and that, you have
I
an
think so, too.
influential thing. And to say something and voice your opinion stuff and have people following that, because a lot of people are just like the cattle. They'll follow what you said.
Mm-hmm.
If they follow it, I go on there and talk. I'm retarded. I don't know anything about anything.
I can't even say that word. You can't even say that word.
Democrat, Republican, all this and that. I don't think any of it matters anymore.
Donnie, here's the thing. There's words you can't say. Life has changed so much. And even having this show, I'm learning so much. Of course, my goal is.
I got nothing to lose, man. It's very liberating.
I want to build up my show, and I like to bring a smile on people's faces. Now, I yell at Corey, and I make jokes about Corey because it's easy. Then I got my henchman here. Let's bring everybody up here. I got Michael McVey here.
Hey,
I got the beautiful Mike Fasano here. I even got the doctor who Corey called a prick on the show. I mean, this is okay. Now I'm living proof. Everybody that's watching out here,
You write scripts, doctor?
Yeah, I'm living proof how we can all bring different characters together. In the end result, as the week ends, I'm living proof that I could bring all of you people together in a room and we can be friends. Look,
you got a great show. I like this show. I actually if I wasn't even on it, and just talking to you again, you can tell you're from New York. You could tell this is a kind of show podcast that should be there and it should grow. And of course, artists and stuff like myself, it's like, as soon as I talk to you, we're friends now, not on here.
For over an hour, we could go.
And we just shoot the shit and everything. But it's like, you're funny, you're smart, you get other people on this and that. Sometimes it gets a little off track. I wish your show wasn't so goddamn early in the morning.
I know.
And if you had a longer show, so that you don't, no disrespect to Dr. Gary E Foresman, but Donnie Vie was supposed to be on today. I'm sitting there for half an hour, like.
Well, you were late.
Vitamin that.
Wait a second. Hold on. Now me and Donnie are going to break up now the band's going to be broken up.
Tuned in. They had to get up early to watch this. They're sitting there and say, all right.
Well, Donnie texts me. I'm running late. Tell the fans this. So then now you have the doctor. I see. It's like a conversation. I can't win. Donnie,
where were you going? Where were you going?
I'm running late. Or I can't do right here. Either Donnie says you're running late or, okay, so I figured let the doctor talk a little longer. Maybe him and Corey. Then
I was saying, all right, now I'm here now, Dr. E.
Wait, hold on, Donnie. I get a couple of your fans yelling at me. Donnie's not here. They're like repenting over there. The hell with ADIKA. Coffee, tea for coffee. I got everybody.
Because they had to get up fucking early.
And then I got Melrose Larry Green over there. He's getting all political because you mentioned a color. Everybody gets crazy.
So hang up on him.
Here's what I do. People who are watching the show, relax. Where else are you going to go? This is a fun time. Enjoy the Yenta. Enjoy the Yenta's friends. Enjoy Corey calling the doctor a prick. Enjoy the doctor ignoring him. And look at and everybody, the most important, enjoy this face. This is a face that everybody's going to love. Okay.
I've seen that face before.
I know.
I recognize that guy.
Okay. Here's what I want.
We met.
Yeah. Tell them the story, Oive. Go ahead.
We've played with you guys in the past.
Of course you did. Of course
we did. I'm just saying.
Mark David Chapman.
You got Mike David over there.
Hey, I have a question for you, Donnie. Seriously.
What's that face, Corey? What?
Bring up Mark David Chapman.
Because he's a psychotic fan. See, I can't even say right things. So see how my words get twisted, you idiot, Corey.
Why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah, why would I say that? You make me say. Look, even the doctor's disgusted with me. Look at the Dr. Foreman. You're upset. Look, he's upset with me. All right, sorry.
Donnie, I have a question for you.
Okay.
This is going way back into the because I'm just now coming on, but on the guitar, I didn't catch. Did you have 57s in that, or what did you put in there?
Pearly Gates. They're
Pearly Gates. Okay.
59 PAFs.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the most expensive ones.
Did you not see the guitar, Oive?
Yeah, I saw it, but I couldn't hear what he said he put in it pickup wise.
Yeah.
And then Rob, once again, Rob followed me right into the thing. He got himself one too, though.
Rob's a copycat. He's a copycat.
No, he's just.
I want to start trouble.
He's like a protege, and so what I'm doing and this and that, he's gonna do it too, and I'm proud of him to do that because we're going through all of this stuff together. And he's my best buddy and stuff. And so we could talk. And I have someone to talk to when I'm building this and talk about this and that. Then nobody else gives a fucker wants to hear about it. I'm like, hey, how did you do with this and this and that? And he's like, well, I did this and that. And we call up, hey, you should hear this thing right now. It's unbelievable and blah, blah, blah. And so, it's a great thing. It's a camaraderie. It's a bond. And both of us ended up very pleasantly surprised that that we don't have some big piece of shit Bodor. I would smash.
I used to have a guy, Vernon, that I thought was going to be a great co-host on my show, but he pulled out his schmeckle, so that all ended for me, and I couldn't have that. Dude, I only had like 20 people the first time watching my show, like the first maybe 10 to 20 to max, and I figured, all right, I'll interact with the people, and this guy pulls out his schmeckle on my show, and all of a sudden try to shoot my show. It was awful. It was awful. So what did I do?
I still get dick pics in my PM.
It was by one of my fans, Kitty Oates. It was right next to her face, this schmeckle. And Kitty doesn't know me. I don't know Kitty. And here I am, a Jew and a uncircumcised schmeckle. It doesn't go.
New York phrase, the schmeckle.
The schmeckle doesn't go. It doesn't go.
Were there any repercussions of that? Were there any repercussions?
I don't know. Angela wanted people laughed, people cried, and then Angela wants to know, back to Donnie's new music. Is there any new video coming out? Hey, before you answer, Angela, you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll let Donnie answer that. Donnie, you got any
videos? We'll see. I'm doing a live fit from home concert thing with the backtracks and stuff, and I owe these fans. I did a deal when I was in the hospital where, for $100, any song of mine off the catalog, I'll do a quick thing, singing it right into my, computer microphone and this and that, real quick version of me doing that, and for $100, and it was very successful, made a lot of money, and it was fun. And then I decided to try to do it with video, but a few came in, and it was starting out doing, and then it was just like, I couldn't keep up with that. It takes longer. There's more in the presentation of that. It's got to sound better, because people are going to have these and they'll be showing these and this and that. And all of a sudden then my headache just went berserk, and I had other things I had to do and stuff. So I'm finally getting around to doing those. And I get a little bit of people bitching and this and that, but you bitch, I send your fucking money back.
Yeah.
See,
you sound like
goddamn thing.
Yeah, you sound like me.
I never let anybody down ever.
You sound like me, Donnie. See, you bounce people, you love them, you bring them in, you take them out. Donnie V, everybody.
I only shoot the bullets you hand me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what, Donnie? You're let me tell you something, Donnie. I love you. I love your music. I want everybody. I'm going to put all the links in here for Donnie's good music. Don't wait. Stay here, Donnie. Everybody that wants to know what Donnie's doing, I'll put links there.
Mike, love you. Corey, love you. Love you. And now the doctor. I love you too, man.
The doctor.
I love give me how optimistic you are about people.
Text me later. I need a doctor.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna hook you up with the doctor. He's a good guy, and you know what? If you want to know, if you guys want to know, we're gonna.
You're not one of those homeopathic quacks, are you? Vitamins and
I like that.
And kinds of vitamins and shit. Yeah.
Wishful thinking.
I like all that.
Of course.
Stuff. I like that stuff. And Donnie, if you want to know about the doctor, you go to middlepathmedicine.com. Any questions? You tell them ADIKA sent you. Okay, you people over here.
I know, but I would never do that. I got too much other shit that I'd be thinking.
Don't worry.
But if you get my number, you text me, then that's a whole different thing. Hey, what's up, Doc?
Yeah, and Donnie Fasano, if you guys are feeling groggy in the morning and you're not feeling like yourself,
What the hell?
If you're feeling a little down and out, you know what, you guys do a little Spearhead coffee in the morning. It'll wake you up. It'll make you. If you drink some Spearhead, it'll make you look like that. And you'll look like this after a cup of Spearhead coffee. You'll feel alert and awake. That's all you need to know. The Spearhead coffee, the girls will do you right there.
Can I ask you a question, Doctor? Yeah. When you wake up in the morning,
yes,
do you just feel fine, ready to start the day? It's like I wake up in the morning, and I was about
couldn't hear your
first
question,
half hour crying.
I couldn't. You broke up over there, Donnie. Repeat that for a second.
When you wake up in the morning, do you feel good? You feel fine. You get up and you have your coffee and this and that, and you're ready to start your day. And because with me, like I said, the first half hour I'm in tears, and it's just like, oh my God, every single thing is so beat to death, and it's just my will, and it gets it going. So that's why I was even late. It's like, what the fuck? I was ready.
See, you were late, and I got yelled at from your people.
I'm canceling. I know.
Thank God I had the doctor.
But I mean, it's just. How do you feel when you wake up? It's like, I think I'll have a little oatmeal. I'm getting ready to start my day and this and that. And
I think there's a lot of studies showing that and what I do is basically I get up in the morning, I make some coffee, get out, I feed the chickens, I feed the fish, I come back in, do a little yoga, meditation, exercise. My morning routine takes a couple of hours. It's nice for me because I have a 2-year-old at home, and it's nice to have some quiet time that's my own. Okay, so in terms of setting my intentions for the day, I have a set routine that just works for me, and that's and it helps me just feel so much better. But no, I wake up feeling pretty good. I don't wake up going woohoo.
What time do you wake up, doctor? What time? What's your routine? Give me the schedule. What's
usually around 5.
You wake up at 5?
Morning?
What time do you go to bed?
That's when I'm going to sleep.
What time do you go to bed? When do you go to bed, doctor?
I tend to go to bed around, say, 10. 10 to 5. So I sleep for about 6 to 7 hours, and that works for me. It's worked throughout most of my life. It helps as a doctor.
Do you eat at the country buffet too? You go to for the early bird special, the country buffet?
No, we don't have much of that where we live anyways. Nothing in Arroyo Grande is open at frickin' that time anyhow. So
that's probably why you get to feel good in the morning. See,
so you go to bed by 10, you wake up.
I feel like
5.
I deserve to feel.
Yeah. You wake up at 5
on average.
So what, you do your coffee first and then you do the yoga?
Absolutely. Make my coffee first.
And how
walk
long
outside.
Do you drink your coffee on the potty?
No, actually.
Sometimes I do.
Sometimes I sit it next to the potty. Usually I'm with the cat. You know,
you don't want to be like this. This is what happens. You don't want to be like that.
Is that you?
That's you know who that is?
You look you look much better at. Is that you, Steven? Is that your
look at that. That's what you look like after yoga and a good cup of Spearhead coffee. So you do. How long is your yoga routine?
It's about 20 minutes yoga, about an hour for meditation. These things all vary depending on how I'm feeling those days. At least a half an hour for exercise. So a couple of hours.
A couple of hours, you do that, huh? And what do you have?
See, that's that could never happen. I'll just have to feel like
that's
this.
Good. See, I want to,
do that.
Dr. G, he'll be
just a habit.
It's a habit.
It's such a drag.
Yeah.
It's actually awesome because you feel good.
No, you feel good. You gotta create that.
If you can get that feeling just by taking a pill or something, you know what I mean? You have to do all this 2 hours, 3 hours.
See, that's come on, Donnie.
Feel good.
Just take one of these, and it's the same thing.
I really mean is I get up and I take my
30 seconds.
Let me see. No, I don't do that stuff.
No, Dr. G, you'll be here next Friday. We're going to talk about some good stuff. Dr. G, I got it. Me and you got to get along. We got to think of something to talk about the upset Corey.
Donnie, you know what it's like. You've been on the road. I got to go on stage. You're so road driven. It's like, well, I'm ready to go. It's like you just did all he just said, everything like, although we don't do that shit anymore. Steven too, we've done that.
We don't do none of that. But everybody, Donnie V, we're going to go to his web. You're going to find his music, Mike Fasano. We're going to find Tiger Army. I'll put all the links are in here. Everything's in here. Crazy Kiss fan. Everybody.
Hey, go check out. For right now, it's still called. The videos are still called.
What's it called?
The St. Joe County Dope Wars.
Okay.
But go check those out and hear the songs and stuff because not enough people because of the name. But it's being changed. We're changing it. Donnie V and the Fallen Blue. But go check those out and see what the hell's going on with that. And I got other shit coming. I got a bunch of stuff coming out and I just wanted to plug that shit. You
got it, Donnie.
I work my ass off on that stuff, you know what I mean? And now I want it to have a reason and make sense. I want people to hear it. I'm singing my balls off, and I'm old, and I shouldn't be doing that to my throat.
You sound.
That's
good,
usually
Donnie.
7:30 in the morning by the time I'm ready to sing.
You sound great. Everybody, it was Donnie V here. Give him a round of applause. We love you, Donnie. We're going to check out the new music. It is Friday. It is time to go. I want you guys to be good with each other.
Mom, Amy, everybody, the V team, A. Hi, look, Mom.
everybody, this was another dose of coffee talk for the week. I want you guys to subscribe. Have a good weekend. And you know what? We'll see you here Monday. Hey, Donnie, I love you. Thank you for coming along. And we're going to leave the song.
Love you too.
Leave the show with some happy, good music, I think, huh? There's Ashley did that wonderful cover.
There you go.
Other than that, everybody, we are Coffee Talk. We are out of here. Donnie, can you see you up there? You're in that album cover. Do you see it? You see where you are? Can you find yourself in the collage? Huh? Look. This is the weekend. It is over. Coffee Talk. Subscribe. We love you. Goodbye.
It's Coffee Talk with the
I see you up there.